Hello, today is September 22nd, I believe, 2017. I just quickly wanted to record this for those of you who are seamstress, who are sewers, who are crafters, and you end up with a lot of like junk fabric and threads like this. Do not throw them away. You can incorporate them and create new pieces of one-of-a-kind, highly textured fiber textile fabric swatches. Out of stuff like this is nothing but jersey. There is some yarn in here. There is threads in here. Your sewing threads, all the snippets that you cut off while you're sewing, save them, and you will be able to create pieces like this. I have a glare from the sun. Okay. Basically, you take your pieces. Maybe I'll make another video later. I just wanted to document these. You take all your pieces and you can lay them down on a piece of fusible interfacing, and they could be small pieces, large pieces, pieces of thread, pieces of yarn. This piece here has about maybe 5 or 6 different pieces of fabric in here. There's like brown satin, there's a calico, red and white, cream, some greens, some yellows, and then once you've laid it down the way you want, you place over it a piece of organza, and you pin that together. You iron it so that it's flat and the pieces have somewhat attached to the interfacing, and then you can free form embroider stitching on it with your free form sewing machine foot. You can do some decorative stitches. I did both because I really wanted this to be tacked down. Now, after you're satisfied with that, I even used some handmade variegated thread that I made, which I'll probably make another video about, because I wanted some variegated thread, but I didn't want to pay an arm and a leg for it. So I figured out how to make some of my own. And once you're satisfied with that, you can take a heat gun very carefully with a ceramic tile under it, so you're not burning your house down, and you slowly burn away the organza. The organza will burn away and you will see what's beneath it. So this is a really cool effect. I love this. Now, once this is done, it's still pliable. It's a little bit stiff, but you can do so much out of this. You can make cards, you can do jewelry, you can cover headbands, you can... It's just another piece of fabric to experiment with. There really aren't any limits. This was the first piece that I made. Let's see. This was the first piece that I made, and I just turned it into a simple dress for a girl for old-time dolls. Up close, you can see all the different stitches that I applied to this. You can see all the colors. I'm going to end up calling these fabric smorgies because they really are a smorgasbord of colors and fabrics and yarns and threads. And so I lined this. I lined the dress, and this was my first piece. This did have like an organza on it, and I burned it off with the heat gun. So that's why you're able to see all of those colors coming through. Okay, this one is done. This one is very pretty. Try not to get the sun. This one is very pretty. It's a blue shade, and it's done with netting. I chose not to burn the netting off because I just didn't know. Yes, as I was saying, this is a blue shaded one. On this, the top, I added a blue shear tool to it. Now I didn't want to heat it because I kind of like it the way it is, and I tested heating the tool and it just kind of really crumples up on you, and I just didn't want to do that. But you can see pieces of like designer yarn, once again the stitches, fabrics that you think wouldn't even go together, just put them in there. It doesn't really matter. Like this is like a polyester blue and white. All your junk fabrics that you're going to just throw away. I have like 2 huge bags of just pieces, and I just didn't want to throw them away. So this is what I came up with. So here's the blue. Here's one I did today. This one is with a chiffon, like a chiffon on the top, and under it is nothing but like bright orange. I could see it here, like a bright orange, polyester knit yellow, hot pink. These were colors that I was using for the summer. You really can't see through this one too much. Yarns, they're different yarns. And when you heat the organza, no, this is not organza, this is like a chiffon, it crumbles up. It doesn't really burn away. It crumples up. So if I did that on this one, it would probably just, you know, make the fabric kind of come together. So I'm going to leave this one as it is, and once again, you could always embellish this with beads, some trim, you know, you could make, I don't know, table placemats, maybe, little vests for your dolls, coats for your dolls. You know, I just wanted to try different colors to see what I would come up with. I really do particularly like this one. This one also has yellow tulle on it, so it's very sheer. You can see everything that's going on beneath the sheer. Like, who would think purple and yellow blend together? But you know, they do. What colors do I have in here? Yellow, gold, tan, a dark olive green, purple. You see the stitches. I didn't do too much to this one because I just liked the way it was. So I don't think I'm going to burn this one either. But, you know, you might be able to put a couple of them together. I don't know. You know, every one that you make will be completely different unless you sit there and you make a large piece, or is that all I have? Is that all I have? 1, 2. Yep, that's all I have. You know, each piece will be totally different unless you, once you're laying them out, you decide you want a large piece or you're just going to do 3 or 4 using the same swatches of fabric. Because if you don't, the next time you come around and you do it, it'll be a little bit different, which is great. I mean, I really like it. So don't throw away all of that stuff that you deem as garbage, because it really isn't garbage. It does take a little time to sew, I will admit that. And you will use thread up. But I found a place that I can get spools of thread for 2,500 yards for $1.29 per 2,500 yards. So I'm happy about that. That's what got me into trying to create my own variegated yarn, because I could experiment with that. So just wanted to show this and kind of get started. I think so far this is my favorite piece. It's not really catching it. I think it's pulling up a lot of blue from the sofa, but it really is very delicate antique rose and yellow and shades of green. and it reminds me of old world something, I don't know. So I really like this one. I really do like this one a lot. They're all different and I like them all. So hopefully, you know, this video will have helped someone, and maybe in the future I'll pretty much explain how I did it. But this is not my idea. If you really want to know about how to go about this, check out the Colouricious channel, because they do wonderful things with everything over there, and that's where I learned the technique. It's not a new technique, but I got around to doing it now. So Colouricious. Okay? Alright guys, have a good one.